Believe it or not, but Paralives Early Access is less than 2 months away, which is absolutely wild. And it turns out there's still some potentially compelling gameplay behind the scenes that's being hidden. Now today, I'm going to be looking at previews of Patreon posts that are still locked. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a Patreon member, and of course, even if I was, I would not be able to show the actual contents. What we can do though is look at the short beginning captions, the titles, and in some cases, even some images, and all this shows us some potentially complex interactions, child gameplay, and much more that's being worked on behind the scenes. Now personally, I feel they should unlock these before launch. They probably will, but I am curious about the timeline since we are now in mid-October, by the way, which I think is absolutely crazy too because I don't know about you, but this year has gone so quickly. The first post is living a fulfilling life with life goals and requests. A good day to everybody, Jeremy here with this week's Patreon post about some live mode mechanics and features you'll find. Now obviously we can't go beyond this, but I am curious to learn more about life goals. I'm so curious to see what their general approach is. Even though we have talked about some aspects before, again, these are the type of details I really want before early access launches. However, I'm not gonna lie, this next one excites me probably the most. This is an animation showcase for children activities. There's at very least hopscotch to play with, and there's also a sandbox, and it looks like the two children are building a castle. This looks fantastic. This is something I really hope they unlock sometime soon. Also, I would just note I also appreciate the hanging plants and planters. I'm definitely no builder, as we all know. These little details are going to be fantastic. And just having a few fun activities to start with for children to do is just really what I want to see. Something that I do know about the Paralives team is they have said they know all life stages are important, and I do hope to see this as we continue to develop the game. Another pattern I've noticed with the Paralives team is they go back and refine certain features and aspects. And to me, it looks like the user interface is a little bit different from when I last saw it. I could be crazy, but it does look like there are more categories, and this will be really interesting to get into. Again, I don't want to spend tons of time here because there's not much to see. And number two, of course, we've seen tons of the Paramaker and build mode, which many of you have brought up. And for now, it appears the categories for outfits are casual outfits, work outfits, sports or athletics, and pajamas. In the future, I would also love to see a formal attire section. However, I will say from the previews and Paramaker, it doesn't really look like they have much in the way of formal clothing. And also, since there are not going to be social gatherings right away, I do feel like there's going to be less occasions for formal clothing. Still something I definitely want to see in the future. And of course, many of these are going to have blurred out images. One is activities in town, shop, contribute to the museum, and collectibles. In Paralives, you're going to have a whole open world town to explore. And of course, that means having things to do while exploring. Yes, this is also a key. While I do love it is an open world, of course you do want things to actually do in it. And also, while I do know a lot of things are going to be rabbit holes, at least at launch, having collectibles and being able to do something to contribute to the museum are really key. What I like here is it's suggesting that even if something's a rabbit hole, there will be some level of interaction. Again, definitely very excited about this one too. Here they are talking about live mode progress, an options menu, and object naming and pricing. I am mildly curious about the pricing in this game. Let me know in the comments if you have any opinions on how things should be priced. I know that's a really vague question. Again, all these aspects seem small to us, or maybe we might not think about them, at least I don't initially, but they all go into making this game what it's going to be. It looks like we're also going to get some more previews of the town. They're showcasing a mountain and a peak at the countryside. Progress on the town is going well, and we have pretty much everything settled on the layout. All that's left is to finish the lots, polish the town itself, and add fun stuff for players to do or find. I'd say the hardest part is done. This is also good news. This was September 5th, so as of September 5th, they'd pretty much finalized a lot of the town. On August 29th, they revealed that Parafolk will finally wash their hands after using the toilet. Just a little small feature, not a big deal, but if you think about it, these little details do matter. We have gotten a couple previews of the music in Paralives, and if you haven't heard the music in Paralives, you absolutely should check out their YouTube channel. The soundtracks just fit this game so well. It's a very cozy soundtrack. It feels very warm and comforting, and I am so excited to learn more. Do you know in a recent dev chat, some people were asking about music, specifically radio stations. The team did mention they hope to add a hip-hop station in the future. Having a hip-hop station would be fantastic, and again, the these are the things that bring the game together. And yet another topic I've covered many times on my channel, they have talked about genetics many times in dev chats, and so on August 8th, they have a post where they're talking all about genetics. Once again, another post about younger parafolk, gameplay systems around younger parafolk, babies, toddlers, and children. Now, in case you missed it, my last video did cover a dev chat that talked somewhat about the gameplay, but I'm assuming this is going to show us a lot more. And yet another area of concern I personally think we should have a longer discussion about is quality assurance and testing. Keep in mind, this is a small team, and they don't have a separate dedicated quality assurance team. As you can see here, though, they have been testing as they go along, and testing as they go along is really wise and honestly needed. Alex walks you through the testing Paralives. Hey everyone, Alex here. For today's post, I'll walk you through highlights of the gameplay session I had yesterday. This again is stuff I want to see. I know I might sound impatient, but this is the kind of stuff I'm so interested in. Obviously, if they want to just show off a more polished side of this and they don't want to show all the testing, I understand, but this shows they are doing the work that they need to do. Of course, I don't know exactly what that is, but this is a good sign. We also have seen a couple showcases about toddler and children animations, and here, this is a behind-the-scenes integration of baby and toddler interactions. On June 13th, they also posted a behind-the-scenes of a tool to create cutscenes in Paralives. Now, I don't expect it to be like Sims 2, it actually sounds like you yourself are able to create these cutscenes. I could be wrong, this is just what I'm going off of, but this is very, very interesting. And yet another locked post that really doesn't tell us very much. Unfortunately for this locked post, we only know it's about careers. Careers, new features, and content. Now again, I have to repeat, careers are going to be rabbit holes. And for now, I don't believe there's any work from home careers either. In the future, I would love some work from home careers. I don't care too much about active careers. Yes, I think they would be good to add eventually, but right now, I don't feel it should be a priority. And I promise I didn't go through all the Patreon posts, but I did want to also mention this one. It was posted way back in January, and it was talking about personality traits from design to the game. Personality traits, of course, are so very important. Now, they have talked about personality traits in the system somewhat, but if they're going into more detail about how personality traits are going to operate, I am definitely interested. So in short, I might come off as impatient, but I just wanted to share this. I felt okay about sharing this because you can go on their Patreon and see the exact same thing I do, but I wanted to show that there is information I'm not personally giving out, and of course I don't even have access to that information, which is by design. All in all, some very interesting things. As I've said so many times before, now is the time to start showing us a little bit more gameplay. Personally, I still am advocating for a live stream event, and I do know that carries risk for them, and I do know there could be bad reception, so ultimately they're gonna have to weigh those pros and cons. As always, let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Which of these posts would you most want to see unlocked? Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.